You've been playing it safe. You've been living in the shadows of your potential, allowing the comfortable weight of your excuses to anchor you in place. You tell yourself, I'm not ready yet. You tell yourself, there's still time. You keep postponing the life you could have, the version of you that you know is just beyond the horizon. But here's the cold truth. That version is never going to show up if you keep hiding behind your excuses. You want to change. You say you do. You want the success, the fulfillment, the impact. But are you willing to destroy the comfort of your own mediocrity? Are you willing to let go of everything that has been holding you in place, even if it means stepping into the unknown? The hardest part isn't about making progress. It's about admitting that you've been standing still, living in the illusion that you're almost there. The truth is, you're not almost there. You're still here, stuck in the prison of your own mind, trapped by beliefs that have never served you. You've heard it all before, haven't you? The pep talks, the motivational speeches, the self-help books, promising you the secret to success. But let me tell you this, success doesn't have a secret, it has a price, and the price is radical belief in yourself. The price is a mental shift that forces you to stop pretending and start owning the power you've been hiding from. This is the moment of your mental breakthrough. What if I told you that everything you've been waiting for, everything you've been putting off, is already inside you? The version of you that can accomplish everything you dream of is sitting waiting to be awakened. But here's the catch. You have to kill the version of you that's too scared to believe. You've built this comfortable life, haven't you? One foot in the future, but your heart is still anchored in the past. You know you could be more. You feel that there's something within you that's just waiting to emerge. But every time you push forward, that inner voice, fear, doubt, insecurity, pulls you back. It whispers, who do you think you are? You don't deserve this. You're not good enough. That voice of doubt, is the only thing standing between you and everything you want. And here's the brutal truth. It's not going away. It's not going to stop. Fear and doubt are not problems you can simply wish away. But you can choose to confront them. You can decide that you no longer believe the lies that have been controlling you. This is your identity battle. The old version of you, the version that hides behind excuses, the one that thinks it's too late, too small, too weak, that version needs to die. And the hardest part, you're the one who has to pull the trigger. You're the one who has to make the choice. You have to say, enough. That's the breakthrough. That's where everything changes. When you decide to stop waiting, to stop pretending that your potential is something far off in the distance, you will change. Your life will shift, and the world will start to bend to your will. But it starts with one choice. You must make the choice to believe that you are the person who can make it happen. You must decide. And that decision, that one decision, will ripple out into everything you do, everything you say, everything you create. Because once you decide who you are, once you burn all the excuses, you become that person. It's like a shift in the matrix. A whole new reality opens up. What you once thought was impossible becomes not only possible but inevitable. But here's where most people fail. They think they'll feel ready when the time comes. They think there's some magical moment of clarity that will magically grant them permission to move forward. The truth is, that moment never comes. You create the moment. You decide. You step up. You burn the excuses. You build the new version of you, the one that does the things you once thought were impossible. You stop waiting for everything to align, for the stars to line up perfectly. The stars never line up, but when you take decisive action, the stars will start to align. You're not waiting for the right moment. The right moment is here. It's right now. This is the reset. The moment when you stop believing that your current identity is all you are. This is the moment when you tear down everything you thought you knew about yourself and build something new, something greater, something unstoppable. This new identity, the one that is unshakable, unfazed by the doubts and fears, is yours to claim. But you must burn the excuses. You must burn the past belief. You must burn the identity that has kept you playing small. This isn't a motivational speech. This is a call to action, a call to step into the fire and transform, to shed the skin of who you used to be and step into who you were always meant to become. So ask yourself, who do you choose to be? The person who waits, who wonders, who doubts, or the person who decides, the person who acts, who commits, and who burns the excuses with unshakable confidence. The choice is yours. This is your reset. This is your mental breakthrough. But here's the catch. That new version of you won't appear overnight. It's a process, and it starts right now. When you decide, you don't look back, you don't hesitate, you don't second-guess yourself. You move forward with unshakable faith in your new identity. You are not the person you used to be, and that's the most powerful thing you can ever believe. This is the beginning, not the end. Say it with me. I'm done hiding. I'm done playing small. I've already decided. Let this moment be the reset. Let this be the turning point. The moment where you finally burn all the excuses and build the man you were always meant to be. You've decided to burn the excuses. Now the real work begins. You see, this isn't just about changing your behavior. It's not about simply taking action for a day or two and hoping everything falls into place. No, this is about rewiring your entire mind, about transforming the very foundation of who you are at the deepest level. Because at the core, it's not about what you do, it's about who you believe you are. And right now, your belief system is what's holding you back. Your subconscious mind, that silent architect of your life, is working against you. It's whispering to you, you're not good enough. It's telling you, you're not worthy of success. You'll fail like you always have. But here's the truth you need to face. Your subconscious doesn't care what's true. It only listens to what's repeated. Think about it. Every single belief you hold, every fear, every thought about what you can and can't do has been planted by repetition. Your mind believes what you tell it over and over again. And if you've been telling yourself that you're not enough, that you can't succeed, that you don't have the talent or the resources, then that is exactly what your subconscious is feeding you every single day. But here's the kicker. You have the power to change that. You can rewrite the script. You can install a new belief system. But it's going to take work, and it starts by consciously shifting your internal dialogue. You must command your mind, or it will continue to command you. The most successful people in history didn't wait for the world to change their minds. They didn't wait for the circumstances to become perfect. They created the mindset of success first. They told themselves a new story. Think of Henry Ford, one of the most iconic entrepreneurs of the 20th century. Ford didn't believe in the limitations of his time. He saw the possibility of a car in every home, a world where mass production could change everything. But the world told him it couldn't be done. They said it was too expensive, too complex, too impractical, yet Ford's mind was programmed for success. He believed it was possible, and when the world told him it couldn't happen, he doubled down on that belief. His faith in his vision was so unshakable that it didn't matter what the external world was saying. His subconscious mind was aligned with success. Ford didn't just dream it. He believed it with every fiber of his being, and because of that belief, he created the modern automobile industry. But let's take this even further. Consider Thomas Edison. Edison didn't just stumble upon the light bulb. He failed thousands of times, thousands of experiments, thousands of failures. But each time he rewired his mind to see the lesson in the failure, not the setback. Every failure only served to reinforce his belief that the next attempt would work. His subconscious mind was programmed for success, not defeat. And then there's Charles Schwab, who turned the steel industry into a global force. Schwab was not the most educated or the most experienced, but he had something far more powerful, a mindset programmed for greatness. His belief was so clear that it created a ripple effect throughout his entire business. His employees, his partners, they all adopted his belief. They followed his certainty. So here's the question. What would happen if you rewired your own mind like they did? What if you could become so certain of your success, so rooted in your new identity, that nothing, no fear, no doubt, no outside opinion could sway you? It starts with auto-suggestion. You must speak your identity into existence. You must command your mind, not let it command you. And this isn't just about thinking positive thoughts for a few minutes. This is about integrating your new beliefs into every cell of your being. Your subconscious mind is like a fertile garden. Whatever seeds you plant will grow, And the only question is, are you planting weeds or are you planting seeds of greatness? If you want to change the garden, you must start by planting the right seeds. Your beliefs are the seeds. You must speak your new identity out loud, every single day. I am a person who takes action, no matter what. I am a person who succeeds because I am relentless. I am a person who never settles for mediocrity. This is more than just positive thinking. This is repetition. You must repeat these new beliefs to yourself until they are as automatic as breathing. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It doesn't care whether your beliefs are true in this moment. It only cares about what you tell it over and over again. The more you say it, the more your subconscious mind begins to align with it. The more it becomes you. And then you begin to act as if it's already true. Because guess what? It is. The person you want to become is already inside you, just waiting to be brought to life by your belief in yourself. And don't wait for anyone's permission. Don't wait for external validation. No one is coming to tell you, hey, you're ready. Go do it. You have to decide that you are ready, right now. And your subconscious will follow your command. This is how belief rewiring works. It's about repetition. It's about command. And it's about taking full ownership of the story you tell yourself. You are the author of your life. And the moment you take full responsibility for the narrative, your identity begins to transform. So ask yourself, what story have you been telling yourself? Are you telling yourself that you're not good enough? That you don't have what it takes? Or are you telling yourself the truth, that you were born for greatness, that you are unstoppable, and that nothing can stand in your way? Speak it out loud. I am the person I've always wanted to be. I am the one who succeeds, who acts without hesitation, who pushes past fear. Say it every day. Say it until your subconscious has no choice but to believe it. And then watch as your reality shifts. There's no going back. Not now. Not after what you've seen. You've made the decision. You've already started the transformation. And now it's time to make one more powerful choice to commit fully. You cannot serve two identities. One must die. The person you used to be, the one filled with excuses, fear, doubt, and hesitation, must be laid to rest. And the person you are becoming, the one who acts without hesitation, who chooses success over comfort, who pushes through every challenge, that person must rise. This is where most people fail. They make the decision to change, but they leave themselves an out. They keep one foot in the old life, one foot in the new. They're standing at the edge of the cliff, looking down at the abyss of the unknown, and they're thinking, what if I fall? What if I can't do this? That's the voice of hesitation. That's the voice of doubt, and you need to ignore it. Because here's the truth. If you leave room for doubt, you will always be pulled back into the past. If you leave room for fallback, you will always take the easy way out. There is no plan B, there is no what if this doesn't work. That mindset is poison. You must eliminate all possibility of failure, not because failure isn't part of the journey, but because you must believe, with every fiber of your being, that failure is not an option. This is the law of no fallback. When you make a decision, you must burn all the bridges that lead back to your old self. Imagine you're a soldier, standing on the battlefield, with the enemy behind you, and nothing but a burning bridge between you and the life you're leaving behind. That bridge represents your old identity, your old habits, the life of excuses, the safety of your past. And right now you have to choose. Do you burn that bridge and move forward, or do you leave yourself an escape route to run back to when it gets hard? Let me tell you something. If you keep an escape route, you will always use it. If you keep that bridge intact, you'll always find a way back. And as soon as you find yourself facing a setback, as soon as the first challenge arises, you'll think, maybe I wasn't ready for this after all. You'll retreat. You'll go back to the comfort zone, and the cycle will repeat. But when you burn the bridge, when you commit to the new identity without a fallback, there's only one direction to go forward. And every time you encounter a challenge, you'll remember there is no return. There is no going back. You're committed to the rise. Commitment means making a decision that is final. You're no longer negotiating with your doubts. You're no longer second-guessing yourself. You've made the decision, and now you act in alignment with that decision. You act with confidence. You act with certainty. Think about the great leaders and innovators of history. The ones who truly changed the world didn't sit around wondering if they could do it. They didn't leave themselves an out. They burned the bridges behind them and committed fully. When Alexander the Great set out to conquer the Persian Empire, he didn't give his soldiers the option to retreat. He burned the ships. He told them, we are either going to win this battle or we're going to die trying. That's the level of commitment you need. There is no turning back, no retreat, no fallback. And that decision, that commitment, is what will carry you through every challenge, every moment of doubt, every obstacle that tries to stop you. You've already made the decision. Now you must own it. No more excuses. No more waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. There is only this moment. And in this moment, you decide. You act. You commit. The path forward is clear. The old identity, the old self, is dead. And now you must embody the new version of you. The one who acts without hesitation, who pushes past fear, who shows up every single day, no matter what. And here's the key. You don't need to know exactly how it will unfold. The blueprint for your success is already inside you, but the details will come as you keep moving forward. When you step into your power, the steps will reveal themselves. All you need to do is trust that you're on the right path and keep taking action. You've already decided. And now your job is to act like it. The person you are becoming doesn't wait for opportunities. They create them. The person you are becoming doesn't hesitate in the face of challenge. They rise to it. The person you are becoming doesn't ask for permission. They take what's theirs. So say it out loud. I've already decided. There is no fallback. I'm committed to the rise. Every time doubt creeps in, every time fear tries to take hold, say it again. Speak it until it becomes second nature. No fallback, only forward. Commitment is the foundation of success. And once you fully embrace it, once you burn all the bridges that lead back to who you were, nothing will stop you. The world will have no choice but to watch as you rise. Because when you've burned your bridges, there's only one direction left, straight into your destiny. You are who you surround yourself with. It's one of the simplest and yet most profound truths in the world. The minds you align with will shape the reality you live. And if you're not surrounding yourself with the right people, you're limiting your potential without even realizing it. You cannot rise alone. No great leader, no innovator, no change maker ever did it on their own. They built a circle of power. They created a mastermind of like-minded individuals, each pushing the other to be better, each raising the bar. And as their influence grew, so did theirs. The law of proximity is real. You become like the minds you align with. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, they are all impacted by the energy of the people around you. If you want to transform, if you want to rise to the highest version of yourself, you must change your environment. You must put yourself in the presence of those who force you to level up. Think about it. When you are around people who think small, who stay stuck in their old patterns, who are filled with doubt, you become comfortable in that energy. You start to see the world through their lens. You start to believe that maybe you should just settle. Maybe it's good enough to just get by. But when you step into a higher environment, when you surround yourself with people who demand greatness from themselves, people who are constantly challenging themselves, growing, evolving, that energy becomes contagious. It pulls you up. It demands more from you. And before you know it, you'll be thinking bigger, acting bolder, and living on a level you never thought possible. This is what Napoleon Hill calls the mastermind. The idea that when two or more minds come together with a common purpose, they create a synergy that is greater than the sum of their parts. A mastermind is a force multiplier. It accelerates growth. It amplifies your success. But here's the catch. The mastermind is not just a group of people who are nice or supportive. It's a group of people who challenge you, who demand more from you. If you're not in a circle that pushes you to be better, you're in the wrong circle. You need people who believe in your vision as much as you do, people who will call you out when you're slacking, people who will hold you accountable to the person you're becoming. And just as important, you need people who are growing themselves. You need people who will challenge your assumptions, expand your thinking, and introduce you to new ways of seeing the world. Your environment is everything. When you walk into a room, you are immediately influenced by the energy of the people in it. If you're surrounded by weak, negative energy, it will pull you down, even without you realizing it. But if you surround yourself with high-energy, ambitious individuals, it will push you up. It will elevate you to levels you never thought you could reach. You've heard the phrase, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." It's true. If you want to rise, you must surround yourself with those who are already where you want to be. And if they're not physically around you, find them online. Find them in books. Find them in podcasts. Find them in the conversations you have on a daily basis. Proximity is power. The higher you aim, the higher the bar you set for yourself, the more selective you must be with your environment. You cannot afford to let weak energy, negative influences, or distractions into your atmosphere. You must protect your energy. You must declare, "I do not allow weak energy in my atmosphere." This is non-negotiable. The people you spend time with must elevate you. They must inspire you, challenge you, and push you beyond your limits. If someone in your life is holding you back, if they are draining your energy instead of fueling it, it's time to make a decision. Your success depends on your environment. You don't have to be surrounded by people who agree with you all the time, but you do need people who believe in your vision, people who push you to think bigger, who challenge you to work harder, who inspire you to go further than you thought possible. And if your current circle can't do that, it's time to find a new one. The mastermind circle is a key to unlocking your highest potential. It's not just about having people who support you. It's about having people who demand your best. It's about surrounding yourself with individuals who are also committed to greatness. Because when you rise together, your success accelerates. Think about how powerful this is. When you align with a mastermind, your energy becomes multiplied. Your momentum is contagious. You feed off each other's success. When you hit a roadblock, someone else will be there to help you break through it. When you get tired, someone else will remind you of the vision. When you doubt yourself, someone else will remind you of your power. This is the true power of environment. It's not just about who you spend time with, it's about the collective energy, the shared belief, the magnetic pull towards success. And when you find yourself in a space like this, where you are constantly being challenged, inspired, and pushed to do more, you will rise faster than you ever thought possible. So here's what you need to do. Start cleaning up your environment. Cut out the distractions. Cut out the negativity. And start surrounding yourself with people who force you to be your best. Find your mastermind. Find your tribe of people who believe in what you're doing. Find the people who challenge you, who push you to be more than you thought you could be, because you become like the minds you align with. And when you elevate your environment, you elevate your success, you create momentum, and soon you'll be living a life that once seemed like a distant dream, because you were wise enough to surround yourself with the right people. Excellence isn't something you do, it's who you are. It's not a result, it's a standard, it's an identity. And when you shift your identity to that of someone who exceeds expectations, you no longer think about giving more, you just do it. It becomes automatic. This is the law of over-delivery. Always give more than is expected. Always give more than what is required. When you make excellence your baseline, mediocrity has no place in your world. You exceed expectations because it's embedded in your identity. It's woven into the fabric of who you are. This is the true power of high performance. It's not about trying to impress. It's not about checking off boxes to meet some minimum standard. It's about setting a new bar. A bar that's so high that others can only look up in awe. And you don't do this for the praise or recognition. You do it because it's who you are. Think about the giants of history. Andrew Carnegie, Charles Schwab, Henry Ford. They didn't just meet expectations, they obliterated them. They didn't simply deliver on a product or service, they created legacies of overachievement. Look at Andrew Carnegie. He didn't build one of the greatest fortunes in American history by doing the minimum. He gave more. He over-delivered. He raised the standard of what it meant to be a leader in business. He gave so much value that it became impossible to ignore him. And in doing so, he attracted the best people, the best opportunities, and the most powerful results. Schwab did the same. He didn't settle for mediocrity. He understood that his success wasn't about meeting the basic expectations, it was about outperforming. He believed that the true power of business lies in consistently exceeding what others thought was possible, and that belief became his reality. And then there's Henry Ford. Ford didn't just create a car, he created an industry. But it wasn't just about making a car that people could buy, it was about making a car that could change the world. He didn't stop at just building a vehicle that ran. He created a system of mass production, bringing efficiency and affordability to the masses, and the world responded. The impact of over-delivery echoed through time. Now imagine you adopted this mindset. What would happen if you started over-delivering in everything you do? What if instead of aiming to do just enough, you aimed to do more? More effort, more value, more quality. What would that look like in your life? It starts with identity. When you define yourself as someone who always gives more, who always exceeds expectations, you stop looking at your tasks as mere obligations. You start looking at them as opportunities to add value. Every project becomes a chance to over-deliver, to go beyond what's asked, to make your mark. You stop thinking, what's the minimum I need to do? And start thinking, what can I do that will blow their minds? This is the mentality of someone who operates at the highest level. The person who consistently over-delivers doesn't do it because they have to, they do it because it's who they are. They do it because their identity is one of excellence. Their reputation isn't built on doing the bare minimum. It's built on a track record of exceeding what's expected and setting new standards. But here's the key to the over-delivery mindset. It's not about focusing on the outcome. It's about focusing on your identity. When you make excellence your default, the outcome takes care of itself. The rewards come naturally, because the results of over-delivery are inevitable. Look at the greatest entrepreneurs, the best athletes, the most impactful leaders. They aren't driven by results. They're driven by who they are. Their identity is rooted in being the best. They don't strive to win. They expect to win because that's who they've become, and the results follow. They don't hustle for success. They embody it. You must embody excellence in everything you do. When you become the person who over-delivers, you become magnetic. You attract opportunities. You attract success. You attract respect. It's not about hoping for the best. It's about expecting it and doing what it takes to make it happen. You show up in every situation as the best version of yourself because that is your standard. This is how you build a reputation of excellence. This is how you become someone others look up to, admire, and want to work with. But it all starts with identity. It starts with seeing yourself as someone who doesn't settle for less. You do what others think is impossible. You exceed expectations, not because you want recognition, but because it's who you are. You don't try to be excellent. You are excellent, and that excellence becomes your identity. Every action, every decision, every word becomes a reflection of that identity. And the result, you become unstoppable. You become the person who doesn't just meet expectations, but shatters them. Say this daily. I exceed expectations because it's who I am. Say it out loud, and feel the truth of it in your bones. You are the person who does more, who gives more, who becomes more. And with that identity comes the success, the opportunities, and the impact you were always meant to create. You are not here to blend in. You are here to stand out. And you will, because your identity is rooted in excellence, and nothing can stop that. This is it. The final step. The shift is almost complete. You've made the decision, you've burned the bridges, you've committed fully. You've surrounded yourself with the right people, and you've redefined your identity. You've raised your standards. You've taken ownership of your future. But there's one last thing. You must lock this transformation in. You've been rewiring your mind, reshaping your beliefs, and embodying a new identity. But now it's time to solidify that change. You cannot leave this to chance. You must install this new version of yourself, like a program running in the background of your mind. And the way to do that is through ritual repetition. The greatest achievers in history didn't succeed because they made one big decision. They succeeded because they made that decision every day. They didn't stop at the moment of clarity or the burst of inspiration. They repeated the identity shift over and over until it became an unshakable part of who they were. Repetition is the language of the subconscious. Every time you repeat your new identity, you're reinforcing it. Every time you act as if the new version of you is already real, you're locking it into place. The brain doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's repeated. So when you repeat these new actions, thoughts and beliefs consistently, your subconscious accepts them as truth. And when your subconscious accepts them as truth, your life will reflect them. Think about it. Henry Ford didn't become a visionary overnight. He didn't simply say, "I'm going to change the world once," and then wait for things to happen. No, he repeated that belief. Day after day, he acted as if his dream of revolutionizing transportation was already reality. He locked in that belief until it became an inseparable part of who he was. And eventually that belief turned into the Ford Motor Company, the company that reshaped the world. Repetition creates certainty. The more you repeat your new identity, the more certain you become that it's who you are. You no longer need to hope for success. You no longer need to wish for greatness. You simply act as the person who already has it. But here's the secret. It's not enough to repeat your affirmations or your new identity once a day and then go about your business. You must walk like it's already yours. You must act like it's already done. And that's where most people fall short. They say the words, but they don't embody them. The power is in your actions. When you start walking, talking, and acting as if your transformation is already complete, the world starts to shift around you. Opportunities will appear. People will notice. You will start attracting the results you've been working for. This is the moment where faith and action converge. Faith without action is empty, but action without faith is scattered. You must have both. You must believe that the person you are becoming is already within you. You must know that the transformation is already happening, and then take action as if it's already here. Every single time you act in alignment with your new identity, you are confirming that identity in the universe. You are creating your future in real time. Every moment is a new opportunity to lock this transformation in. Say it out loud. I act like it's done. I walk like it's already mine. When you say it, feel it, own it. You are locking in your new identity. You are becoming the person you've always known you were meant to be. And as you repeat this, as you embody this, as you take action in alignment with it, the world will respond. People will be drawn to you. Opportunities will manifest. Success will follow because you've already decided that it's done. You've already locked it in. Now all that's left is for the world to catch up. And here's the final truth. You don't owe anyone an explanation for the person you are becoming. The world will wonder what changed. They'll look at you and see someone who seems unstoppable, unshakable, and they won't understand how you got there. And that's okay. You don't owe them the answers. You are the answer. You are the answer. You are the result of your decisions, your actions, your identity. And from this moment on, you move forward as the person who already has everything they've ever wanted. You walk like it's done. You act like it's done. And you live as the person who has already achieved the life they desire. Say this daily: I don't hesitate. I build. I become. And let the world wonder what changed.